What's going on, everyone? My name is Jeff. So we're about 6 months through the year, and I wanted to make a video about some of the hottest IPOs we've seen so far in 2019. Guys, the market is overloaded with IPOs. I've never seen a time before where so many companies were going public, and you're seeing a lot of stock prices react. Okay, some of these are very, very exciting, and I want to go through quite a few of these companies, and then at the end of the video I'm going to tell you which one I feel is the absolute best investment for the long term. Okay, now over on M1 Finance, I have created a portfolio. It's a strictly just IPO companies, and so every couple of weeks I deposit a little money, and I wait for a red day. I wait till we're red on the indexes, and I buy a slice of the pie in my M1 Finance portfolio, having a lot of fun with that and actually seeing some pretty decent growth. You know, a couple of these companies I've invested in, they have jumped way back since their IPO, and a couple of them are moving forward quite well. So a lot of it too just comes back to timing, and a lot of it too is just when they report earnings, what kind of news they get, and always keep in mind the IPO lockup expiration. Okay, you usually 90% of the time you're going to see a pretty good dip in the stock price on the IPO expiration date, and so for the companies that I want to go long with and stay long with, I kind of look at that as a good opportunity just to add to those positions on the cheap. So do me a favor, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all the support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So let's start here, guys. First company we are going to talk about is Beyond Meat, ticker symbol BYND, and it's up 93% in 1 month. Okay, now this is a very unique situation, and this really comes down to timing. Okay, the demand is there. There's not a lot of companies that are public that offer these products. Basically, it's just meat replacement, and with all of this upcoming transition in the restaurant industry, where more and more restaurants are trying to go to vegetable-based alternatives and get away from meat. You know, Beyond Meat hit the market at the right time. Like I said, their earnings report was really not that impressive, but this one is a matter of demand. Okay, everybody, including all institutions, are trying to get their hands on shares of Beyond Meat, and as we can see, day after day the stock keeps trading up more. You know, it does take a dip here and there, but then it completely recovers and keeps running higher and higher. Now, it is pretty obvious to value and fundamental investors like myself, you know, to look over this and say, hey, this is way, way overvalued. You know, back on May 21st, it was trading at $77 a share. People were saying it was overvalued there, and now it is $171, $100 more in less than a month's time. And like I said, on a very mediocre earnings report. So what is it going to take for the Beyond Meat bubble to pop? I think it's going to take some bigger companies coming out offering meat replacement, and I really look at Beyond Meat like I did Tilray in 2018. Okay, if any of you all remember, Tilray came out, and about 3 or 4 weeks after they hit the market, Tilray was trading at $150, and then it hit $200, and it ran all the way to $300 a share, and it just lost all of its momentum after that. I could really see a Tilray-like effect with Beyond Meat. The hard part is going to guess where the top of this thing is. Okay, it is not being traded by fundamental investors. This is pure growth investing, and like I said, people are chasing that demand. As long as Beyond Meat stays very hot and is very relevant to what is going on, I honestly think this stock will continue to run. You know, I'm not going to be touching this one anytime soon. All right, guys, so Pinterest is the second company I want to talk about real quick. Like I said, I'm going to start moving through these kind of fast. Pinterest hit the market around April 18th. It was trading around $24 a share and seeing this immediate run to $34. Okay, so there was definitely an opportunity to make a trade there, and it's pretty much traded down ever since that time. Now, I think Pinterest is going to be a fantastic investment, and I think you could also group it in with these social media giants, you know, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, maybe Spotify. You can kind of group those stocks together. For example, like last year, you know, it was really a telltale sign when Facebook took such a massive hit. Sympathetically, and like I said, through monetization and a slow in growth, you also seen Twitter and Snapchat trade down with that. So I do want to invest in Pinterest. I actually think this one will go lower than it's currently trading, but I want to group it in with my social media stocks. Okay, I want to see how it trades alongside Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And so right at the end of March, that's when Lyft IPO'd, guys, and it's really seen nothing but downhill movement since. Of course, I also think this come as a matter of timing as well, simply because the market was up hitting a new high in a few weeks after Lyft IPO'd. That's when news of the trade war started coming out, and so the entire market got pushed down. And of course, Lyft's first earnings report was not very good. They do take a lot of loss that investors are simply just not going to forgive them for. Now, right here around the 13th of May, Lyft was trading at $47 a share, and since that time has made a pretty good recovery. Now, I do not think the downward trading is over necessarily for Lyft, but for any kind of ride sharing stocks, there's really only two on the market. You have Lyft and you have Uber. Now, I think for the long term and the long run, that's probably two companies you're going to want in your portfolio somewhere. And then, of course, you have Levi Strauss, ticker symbol LEVI. This might be the most boring IPO on the market. As you can see, it has really not seen much growth since the time it IPO'd. This stock come out on March 21st, around $22.25, and it's currently trading at $22.19. Of course, you have seen some ups and downs in the stock, but I guess one positive thing you can say is, at least if you bought into this one, you have not taken a great amount of loss, okay? So it seems to be very stable, trading very, very close to its original valuation, and in my opinion, I think that's a sign of value. This one might be very, very good to just go long on and try to dip buy, that you will not see a lot of random volatility in the stock price. And keep in mind, this market cap is still under $1 billion, which I feel is very, very undervalued. So keep an eye on Levi. Even if you don't own it, I think you should have it on your watch list. Now let's talk about Zoom, ticker symbol ZM. Keep that in mind, guys. I know a lot of people are looking for ticker symbol ZOOM. That will take you to a really, really crappy penny stock. The ticker symbol is ZM. Now, this one, in my opinion, is probably one of the ones you might want to own right now, okay? They're seeing very solid growth and really not a lot of downward volatility, guys. Trading up to $98.20. Of course, they came onto the market in the middle of April. It seemed like this one was sitting almost side by side with Beyond Meat. And now this one, like I said, not up nearly as high as Beyond Meat, but perhaps the stock performance is a lot more justified, okay? So I recently added this one to my portfolio back when it was in the $70 range. That position is performing quite well. I really look forward to continue investing and on any major weakness, buying more shares of Zoom. Now, Fiverr, guys, this is a company that IPO'd last week, just a couple of days ago, and I actually bought in on IPO day, and I plan to hold these shares simply because I've used Fiverr quite a few times with doing projects here on my YouTube channel and some of my social media marketing. I've used Fiverr quite a bit. That is a product I believe in, and I bought in, shortly after this company IPO'd. And then, of course, there's Chewy. This is the dog food company. They IPO'd late last week, and excluding that big initial pop on the stock price, we're pretty much traded straight to $40, guys. This stock has actually been viewed as a big disappointment. What I think the problem is with Chewy is that the market is just flooded with IPO stocks right now, okay? There's just far too many incoming stocks, and I think there's situations that are just a little bit more exciting than this. I know there was a lot of push and a lot of hype on Chewy. I know a lot of people saying that as soon as options were to become available, that they were planning to buy in. But like I said, it only IPO'd on June 14th, so let's give this one a little time. It might run, the way Wall Street is expecting it to. So CrowdStrike Holdings, this is another stock that I'm very, very interested in. And it's because one of my favorite tech companies, Google, actually made a big investment into CrowdStrike. So Google has invested into Uber, Lyft, and CrowdStrike, okay? And as you can see, the stock has performed very, very well. It hit the market on June 12th around $63 a share, then took two big dips. I think that kind of confused people a little bit, that this stock was immediately going to tank, one down to $57 and another one down to roughly $58. But since that time, like I said, news came out about Google's big investment, and now it is currently trading over $70 a share and seen a very nice 9% gain today. So make sure to check out CrowdStrike. ticker symbol CRWD. And then there's Revolve Group. Guys, this is another one I'm very interested in. As a matter of fact, Jim Cramer told viewers to run out and buy the stock. I don't know how you feel about Jim Cramer. That might be a bad thing in your book. But it has seen an outstanding 1 week performance, trading on June 11th at $31 a share, and now is comfortably well over $40 a share. As a matter of fact, has seen itself up to almost $44 a share. Now, this is a stock, like I said, I do not own yet, but I do plan to add it to my M1 Finance portfolio very soon. It's just, here's the hard part. You can't make room for all of these companies. If you do, I don't feel like you will have any level of focus in your investing, okay? But so far, this one has performed very well. And then lastly, guys, let's talk about Uber. Ticker symbol UBER. Now, this is the stock that I've actually invested in the most, and it is the one that I plan to invest in the most. I think in the long term, this stock come onto the market with a pretty large valuation, but it's even, in my opinion, quite discounted from where projecting their market cap to be at in a few years, okay? So you hear that Uber has a lot of comparisons to Amazon, okay? Now, I can't quite buy into that, but I feel like the comparison is kind of fair, simply because Uber is trying to penetrate every single market they possibly can. They have a relentless work ethic and workforce, and even coming into the market with a less than attractive balance sheet and probably some less than attractive fundamentals. I think the long-term investment is definitely here, and I'm not even really concerned about the first year or two that Uber is going to be trading on the markets, okay? Over the past month, it has seen an 8% increase, and really, guys, I'm expecting Uber to trade down under this, and I'm sure most of you are familiar, but go check out the growth. The growth trends are massive, and it's pretty much the same with Lyft. Just keep in mind, Lyft spends all of their money trying to disrupt Uber's advertising, and Uber is already so dominant, and they keep entering more and more markets. So this is the one that I want to own the most stock of, and it is the one that I'm going to be investing in the most over the next year or two. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for the video. Make sure to go down to the comments. Tell me the IPO stock that you are most interested in and the one you are going to be investing in the most. I really love to hear what all y'all have to say. Thank you as always for watching the video, and have a great day.